What's up, YouTube? Spirit Wave here, back again with another video. And today, I got a special one for you guys. I'm trying to get some content on here for you all who are still playing card games. I know I may not be playing Union Arena at the moment, but who knows? Maybe you guys can inspire me to play again. But this video is going to be for my Riftbounders, and I have three decks for you guys. Just gonna kind of show you guys three of the decks that I've been messing around with, and maybe kind of give you guys some ideas. I've been play testing a lot, and I know a lot about two of these decks, but the third one is just kind of like experimental and rogue. But these two are very competitive decks, and I'm gonna get one of the leaders out, and I'm gonna start with a familiar face. And all you Riftbounders might know this face right here. I'm gonna put him in the camera so you can see him. That's Draven. Um, yeah, let's hop into it. I'm gonna show you guys kind of like my deck list and ideas that I think about, and yeah, that's what all this video is gonna be about. So, I still think Draven is a competitive deck. Do I think Draven is BDIF level still though? No, he's a lot more fair. And yeah, he's a lot more fair. You have to really work for your wins now, and you really have to have knowledge about your deck and your matchup now to win with Draven. I wouldn't call him rogue, but he's still competitive. So I do play this Draven. Oh gosh, you guys know what Draven that is. Draven Showboat. I play him as my champion right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge fan, excuse me, of Draven Showboat. I prefer the other Draven, Audacious. But I've been playing Showboat just because, just really testing it out, and he's all right. I mean, he's good to close out. I feel like as Draven, you're usually well, some games you can get ahead really quick, but some games you do have to play from behind, especially if you didn't go first. And I feel like Draven Audacious is a really good card to play catch up. Obviously, we don't ever really want to be behind in card games. We always want to be winning. Um, I don't like to play cards that kind of play from a perspective where I am in a losing state. I always want to be in a winning state in card games, but that's just kind of how I approach things. Now, is that right or wrong? That's up into interpretation, but yeah, I'm just profiling it out. Maybe I should have did this before the video started, but there was no real, I mean, yeah, I could have, but hey, we're here. I mean, if you clicked on this video, thanks for being here, and just kind of bear with me. And let me know in the comments what you guys been playing, what you guys been thinking about tech options, all that good stuff. And I'm about to hop into the profile in three, two, one. So, first off, let's start with my bae. I like to call her Kaisa. I still play three Kaisa. I know a lot of people are playing her at two or like taking her out, which I don't believe in at all. Kaisa is such a strong card. When she stays on the field, she takes over the game. If your opponent cannot remove her, she's kind of like an engine slash battery card. Like she allows you essentially, if she's winning combat, she's essentially drawing you two cards per combat. Yeah, you may be using one card for that combat, but you're essentially going positive if you're drawing two cards. So yeah, Kaisa, great card, still strong card, and she still has a price tag for that reason. She's still an amazing card. Played three overzealous fan. You Rift Founders know Fight or Flight got banned, so you still gotta play overzealous fan just to have that easy, just push back and win that easy combat. But I don't know. There's a lot of ways to get around overzealous fan nowadays, so I wouldn't say he's the strongest card in the deck, but I do feel like he's still necessary because your opponent does have to find an answer for him, or they just won't conquer on the point. So, either they find an answer for him, or they don't conquer, so it's either or. Playing 3 Gem Jammer. Really been testing it. We're not really a whole deck, so excuse me. Excuse me. Um, for the most part with Draven, you kind of want to get in, get out, get in, get out, kind of like Annie a little bit. And Gem Jammer is kind of harps on the fact of you staying on the point and basically you held now and your opponent chose to go to the other point and you're like, okay, cool, restand my runes, gem jammer my Darius, gem jammer my Kaisa, or whatever the case may be. And now you've conquered both points. And who knows, maybe if it's Darius, you can restand him and move everything back, and now you're in a very uh you're at advantage, to put it simply. So yeah, gem jammer, great card. Everybody's favorite card, 3 Tide Turner. Tide Turner is such an amazing card because not only does he protect your units when you raw play him, but he can surprise your opponents when he's hidden. A lot of you know that. I'm stating the obvious, but if you don't play 3 Tide Turner, like, I don't know what you're doing. You're not trying to play the game. And the same goes for this card right here. Go for 3 Noxus Hopeful. Just a great 4 might body to cheat out if you've played a card that turn. And we as card game players, we love cheating out cards, so why not, right? I play 3 Spinning Axe. I think you have to play 3 Spinning Axe. Great card for 2 and 1 power to give something +3. It's amazing. I love it. Something that my friend Mike put me on, which is probably not something that I don't think people are running 3 of, but I've been testing it at 3 and it feels pretty good. Purple Kha'Zix or Kha'Zix Mutating Horror. I think it's a great card. Ambush is very strong right now, and then I think you guys should try it out. You should try out that Kha'Zix card. Um, Anything you can use during combat is just amazing for Draven, and I harp myself on, if I'm going into combat with Draven, I have to win my combats. I have to win my combats because when you lose those combats with Draven, it sucks, especially if you committed a lot of resources. Um, Sometimes it's hard to stabilize. Um, Another card we play 3 of is Gust. I know that might be a little crazy and a hot take. Some people would like main 2 side the third one, but there's so much like threes in this format. I feel like Gus is good to have at 3. Early on, say you gust them, you're it's just replacing itself essentially if you use it during a combat, and you're taking tempo away from your opponent. Also, if your opponent, is trying to remove something, you can gust something back to your hand. You can gust your Tide Turner back to your hand, your Gem Jammer, and you can still have those tools that things that have very powerful or good on plays. You can gust them back to your hand. So early game, really good. And mid to late game, you can just discard it or side it out. So great card. Um, 3 stack deck. This is a must in any purple deck. Like, I don't care what you're playing purple. If you're not running 3 stack deck, you're not trying to play the game. Moving on. I hate this part. To Darius, I want to play 3, but my friend has been showing me that Darius Trifarian, he is kind of more of like a closeout card nowadays. But he's still amazing in my opinion, especially with battlefields like Star Spring. I feel like he's still very strong, and Darius is still an amazing card. I played 2 Cleave because, like I said, you need just combat tricks. You need to win your combats, and things like Cleave help you get over big bodies. Um, I don't main deck this card, but I'll just show it because I'm thinking about main decking too, just for this format with all these big bodies and a lot of might. A switcheroo is a good choice. So I'm gonna keep that on the side. I play. I'm Those 2 switcheroos are supposed to be 2 more of Edge of Night. So I'm really play testing Edge of Night. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel amazing. So, but it is decent. Sometimes that +2 or +1 in any combat matters because a lot of times in combat, people will just go over one, you know. So being able to reveal a +2 that stays on the board as a gear that you can attach at any moment, man, it has helped me out. Like it has helped me out in the long run when decks want to go toe for toe or tit for tat. You can have that extra 2 might always, especially if you have all your runes and you're making your 2s, 4s, and so on and so forth. Like you're just boosting something by 2 just because you feel like it. So you can get multiple Edge of Knights on the board, it can be really amazing. I play one Falling Star. Man, this card has helped me so much. In a perfect world, I would go up to 2 of it. I've tried it at 2, and it didn't feel terrible, but I don't feel like this deck is really going for removal. You know, if you see it, it's amazing. It's very much so like a tempo play. Like you need to use Falling Star like kind of like the perfect moment. And this next card is also like the same thing. Like if you see it in those moments, it's amazing. But is it like a core piece of the deck? No. No. So I think it's good at one of if you can see it. And if you don't see it, you can just side it out. So, you know, it's something that I'm still learning to be better at. So here's another card that I feel like a lot of people run it at 1, but trying it at 2, man. My original build of Draven had 2 hard bargain in it, and it was working really well. So I like hard bargain at 2. I really do. I think I don't want to say it's a must, but I would try it out, see how you like it. And we got 2 more cards right now. So we got Ride the Wind, which I'm thinking about upping. Oh my gosh, my lighting is just not good right now, but Ride the Wind, amazing purple card. Um, I'm thinking about running it at 2. 3 is a little crazy, but man, I've seen decks that run it at 3 and it can be annoying if they're seeing it at the right moments. Like being able to conquer it twice with something that's a big might unit. Oh man, and be able to move it back because Ride the Wind, you know, basically readies it. Man, such a powerful card. Thinking about running it at 3. And last but not least, one Rebuke. Um, a lot of people main 2 inside the third one. I was a firm believer in that. But man, this format Rebuke feels so expensive. Like 2 power, especially with so many things having deflect. If you rebuke something just for it to get like not so fast or whatever the case may be, oh my gosh, you just neg so many runes and it feels terrible sometimes. So I feel like it's fine at 1. Main decking 2, I feel like isn't bad, but I don't feel like it's needed, especially with cards like Starcross. Even though I don't think Starcross is good in our deck, but you know, I've tried Starcross at 1 and it felt fine. It's in my side deck right now. Um, some cards that were supposed to be in my main deck, but you know, like I said, I've been testing things, but that's kind of how my deck is rocking right now. And I'll just show you guys some side deck options. So for side deck, like I said, I have 1 Starcross. I'll just fan it out for you guys. I'll try and fan it out, or I can't. So this is how we're gonna do it. 1 Starcross. We're just gonna go down the line. Sorry about my lighting; it's really bad right now. 1 Starcross, 1 Edge of Night, 2 Thunder Song. I was running 1 in the deck, but Thunder Song, I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna say because purple is still the best color, but Thunder Song is such a situational card. It's really just like a go for game card. So like you don't want to be dependent on winning with Thunder Song. So I think it's a good one of in the deck. Um, I think it's a good one of, and you side the other one. That's fine. I still run 2 against the odds for especially in this format where people kind of just want to wall up with all these bodies on 1 point. If you can just against the odds for 2 runes and no power, and just give something +2 for every unit there, man, so strong, so strong. And last but not least, 2 thermal beam. Thinking about changing that to acceptable losses because the decks in this format, you know, I guess aside from Vex and Aurelia, all the other decks really just run one big gear. So like your baited hook, your Aurora. So I don't feel like thermal beam is probably as good this format. But they're just side deck options. Yeah, side deck options are important, but I don't think they like make or break your deck. Um, your deck should be dependent on like the core, and I showed you guys the core. So that's Draven. Just to give you guys some ideas, you competitive players out there, let me know how you guys feel about Draven. I'm still going strong on Draven. I'm not gonna stop playing a deck just because it got parts of it got banned and people feel like it got power crept. Like, it happens. You can't let people beat you off of a card, a deck. Sorry. Um, So I was gonna do all three decks, but I feel like this video is getting kind of long. Maybe I'm being a little long-winded, because I'm already 15 minutes in, and I'm not editing this. This is just raw, one take, one take. So we're gonna do Master Yi real quick. Old Yi. So Old Yi, his effect for all you who don't know: when a friendly unit defends long, it gets +2. Such a simple, such a simple effect, but a very strong effect. For champion, we play this Yi from the new set Unleash. Master Yi Tempered. Great card. Great card. I love it. Once he gets the ganking and the deflect becomes a very powerful card. So yeah, let me just get this into profile mode, and then we'll go over Yi real quick. Um, yeah, I want you guys to comment down below. Uh, what leaders are you guys looking forward to in Riftbound? Me personally, I want Riven to have a deck because Riven is one of my favorite characters in League. Even though I don't play League like that, but I love the top laners. So like Darius is my favorite character. Love Riven, and yeah, So that's what I want personally. Um, I also want more ramp decks that ramp, but that like aren't Aurora decks. Because I'm a huge ramp player, but I don't want to really play Aurora because Aurora just seems kind of like gimmicky. Like you see Aurora, you win. You don't see Aurora, you lose. It's kind of like one of those decks. And I don't like to be so one dimensional. You know what I mean? Like I want options. If I'm playing ramp, yeah, you could just say, hey, just play mid range. You'll have all the options in the world, which I do love mid range, hence why I play Draven. And I'm showing you guys this mid range Yi right now. So yeah, mid range is my play style, but I do love ramp. So if they could make some more ramp decks, that would be amazing. And I'm almost done with this profiling. Bear with me, but we're here for a good time and a long time today. I'm gonna keep trying to upload for you guys and be consistent and disciplined. You guys have my word. I'm gonna post every day for the next 30 days, and that's gonna be a challenge for me because I'm not the most disciplined person in the world, but I try to be. Okay, so let's hop into the list. So first off, we've got three of everybody's favorite card from this set. 3 Scuttle Crab, amazing card. Draws, replaces itself, and lets you look at your opponent's hand. Amazing. 3 Defy. Love this card. I hate green, but Defy 3 Defy is a must. Especially with all these people wanting to play spells and do what they want to do. It's like, no, Defy. Kind of keep them off their game plan a little bit. 2 Not So Fast. Most people run 1. When I ran 1, I never saw it, so I went up to 2. Um, and sometimes cards are weird like that. Like in Draven, when I ran 2 Fallen Star, I felt like I was seeing it too much. So it was like, okay, I'm going down to 1. And Not So Fast, I was like, I don't feel like I'm seeing it enough because there's a lot of things in this game that target. So it's like Not So Fast can be such a strong card in those key moments. So I think 2 Not So Fast is the way. Right now I'm running 2 Discipline. The third one's in my side, but I love 3 Discipline, but I'm running 2 right now. 2 Punch First. 2 Punch First. I want to run 3, but This deck, you got to make tough decisions with cuts sometimes. And I think, after playtesting a lot, I think two punch first is fine. You're gonna see it. You're gonna have the one, and sure, someone might mind split or sabotage it out of your hand. That's okay. You know, they just wasted like a set. Or when sabotage, that's one thing. They're trading a one might spell for a two might spell out of your hand, so they're kind of getting value. But if they mind splitter a punch first out of your hand, you won. Like, they played a 7 cost card just to get rid of a 1 cost card in your hand. So, punch first is amazing. You'll have it, and you really just need it for those key moments. You know what I mean? It's not something that you're spamming punch first because it's expensive. You know, it's an expensive card, so just be careful with punch first. Running 3 Rune Runner, man, I love this card. So good against purple, so good against Elder Dragon and things that want to target and bounce and everything. Man, this card is amazing because it can't be chosen by abilities and spells. Such a strong ability. I loved it from when it came out, and I still love it now. This card, I didn't really know why we ran 3 first mate. But now I understand. Sometimes in the game, like as a whole deck, you'll have those moments where somehow you're holding on to your point, but somehow your opponent has gotten ahead of you. And sometimes you just need that first mate, and he plays around Vex. Sometimes you just need that first mate to get your Viama or whatever your big unit is at this one point to the other point for game. So first mate is that card. He's definitely like kind of like a go for game card, or like a I'm about to kill your tempo and I'm gonna win the game next turn type of card. So, really great card. Um, Love this card. 3 tasty Feyfolk. Um, you can run it at 2. You don't need, or you can side one out. But I love tasty Feyfolk. It's an accelerate unit when this deck has no other accelerate units, and even if it's just a big body, a 6 might, and you can sometimes just crash it to remove board, and you're kind of gaining resources. You're gaining your runes, you're gaining a draw. So it's something that you can just kind of accelerate and crash, or accelerate and conquer the other point. If you're holding at the other point, you can just accelerate and hold at the other point for 8 might with Master Yi's effect. So great card, I love it. 2 Viama. Speaking of Viama, I want to run 3 in the future because I love that card so much. Viama is such a powerful card, and like if your opponent has no way to remove Viama, the game is just over. And he's an ambush unit, so really, really, really strong card. 3 on guard. I'm running 3 on guard instead of 3 discipline because on guard is basically a discipline, because for the most part in this deck you're holding with 1 unit, so your on guard is a +2 for 1, which is a lot of value. Um, Running 1 White Flame Protector, just a little tech card. He can be sided out, but he gives something +8. And sometimes, like if you establish, like let's just say like a Viama last turn, right? Now next turn you can play White Flame Protector. Your Viama is a 16, and something at their battlefield has to be over 16 or more, or it cannot deal combat damage. So with White Flame Protector and Viama, or White Flame Protector and like Rune Runner, like you can make some pretty big units that really can't be messed with and can clear boards. So very great card. I'm playing 1 Auction. I'm siding the other 2 because Auction, I feel like you have to main deck 1 with there being so many Aurora decks like Severe or Sivir and Misfortune. Um, yeah, I feel like you have to main 1 because in those tournament settings where you get matched up against an Aurora, if you can draw into your 1 Auction, it can help you a lot. So I would main 1 Auction, if just just throw that out there. Man, this is one of our best cards right here. 3 Charm. Charm is like our only way of removing our opponent's board and forcing our opponent to fight us. Forcing him to fight our Rune Runners or our Viamas or whatever the case may be. Something that you can't really play around Charm. Most decks have a Charm this format, So you can't really play around it. It's just something you kind of gotta, it's just assume your opponent always has a charm. If you're purple, yeah, you can run things like flash and gust and whatever the case may be, but not really a way to play around it. So great means of removal and charm. Or, not just removal, sometimes you can just push their unit back to base, with charm. And you can just push an Elder Dragon back and conquer, you know what I mean? So there's stuff like that. They don't have an answer for charm. If they don't have like a defy or something, like you're just pushing a big unit back and conquering for game. So great card. Lonely Poro, great card, replaces itself when it dies alone. I don't have to say much there, but I'm probably gonna go down to 2 Lonely Poro and run 3 of these when I can, because I only have 2 right now. But Stalwart Poro from Origins, he's in this deck. He is defending for 5. He is a 2. He is a 2 cost card defending for 5. And man, if you could get this early game, man, so powerful, so powerful. Um, 3 more cards. I'm running 1 Hourglass. I feel like this is very situational. Most decks run 2, but you know, this is a very situational card that you want to just keep in your hand to like protect your Viamon, protect your rune runners when they do try to remove it, because trust me, they will be trying to remove your Viamon, your rune runner. So that's a good card to protect them. A nice hidden card that they can't play around, like Guardian Angel. They can just remove Guardian Angel and go forward with their game plan. But with hiddens in these green decks, you can surprise your opponent, catch them off guard sometimes. So last 2 cards in the main deck, Trinity Force. Trinity Force has helped me so much against Aurora decks and other hold decks. If someone wants to hold with you, it's like, okay, let's hold. You're scoring 1 point every turn. I'm scoring 2 points every turn. So Trinity Force, if your opponent has not sided into any like gear hate or anything, man, Trinity Force is like one of the strongest cards in this deck. And some of you might think that's crazy, but I'm telling you, put 2 Trinity Force in your E deck and see what happens. Very powerful, very powerful. Can end games, quick. And let's look at our side deck real quick. I've been messing around with my side deck. Um, Not anything too crazy going on here. There's supposed to be a 3rd Akshan, but I don't see him. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys what I have right now. So I got 1 Discipline, 1 Akshan, 2 Disposable Order, which is very techy for me. But it's just a card from Unleashed that says choose 1, choose up to 3 cards from your opponent trash. They recycle them or draw 1 card. So sometimes, and it costs 2 runes. So sometimes you're just in a tight spot. You just need that extra draw. But the main reason I play it is for all the decks that want to play like Fizz and keep replaying spells from their grave or grabbing spells from their grave. Like, no, I'm just gonna play this Disposable Order and bottom deck them. So the very techy, it has come up for me. So I wouldn't say it's amazing or bad. I run 2 Back Off, just a basic stun card, and then I'm messing around with 2 Repulse. Repulse basically says choose a friendly unit at a battlefield, counter an enemy spell or ability that chooses it and no other friendly unit. For 1. Um, I thought it was a hidden card at first. It is not. But it is a reaction speed, so I like the sound of it. And it has come up when people try to like start cross or rebuke or hidden blade, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. You know, you can play around it with repulse. So just another negate for your opponent to worry about. Um, but yeah, those are 2 of my Riftbound decks. If this video gets 10 likes, I will post the 3rd rogue deck that I was speaking about in the beginning. But yeah, let me know if you guys have been playing Riftbound, One Piece, UA. I'm gonna be taking this YouTube journey seriously, so I will be here posting and I'm happy to hear from you guys. I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm not just only trying to do card games, trying to do other things, and I'm going to do other things on the channel. So, such as food reviews, comedy, and gaming things, movie reviews, stuff like that. So, stay tuned to the channel, and appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys, and yeah, that's it.